Did you see the weather today?
Lifestyle is wonderful. Immigrants come here and choose to do this for the opportunity they have for their children, and the lifestyle in the Okanagan is phenomenal. And it's a smaller community that people feel that they can integrate more quickly and really immerse themselves in the Canadian culture.
We have a really diverse population. The community has traditionally not been as diverse, so it's made some huge changes over the last 5 to 10 years. And so that, I think, makes it extra special as it becomes more and more diverse.
We have been really fortunate to welcome quite a number of Syrian refugee families, both under private sponsorship and under government-assisted sponsorship. Not huge numbers, but for our community it's really made an impact. It really has brought the community closer together. It's also brought that whole diversity and what do immigrants bring to our community. It's brought that to the forefront, and it's really been embraced by everybody in our community. One of the challenges to the newcomers may be transportation here. Our bus system, we do have a bus system. It's just not as massive. The other challenge that we have experienced is probably very similar to what you see in the Lower Mainland, are the cost for housing and the cost, just general living costs. The amount of money that's allocated is challenging for them to find housing that is appropriate for the size of the families. So that's a lot of what we've been helping the refugees working with as well.
We're fortunate, and we hold contracts both with IRCC as well as with the provincial government, which allows us to have a larger eligibility framework for the participants that we serve. Often if people are staying longer or the retention rate is good, they'll continue to need services such as applying for Canadian citizenship. Once they receive that citizenship, then typically they transfer to the BC funding services. So maybe it's their time to retire and they need to apply for CPP or old age pension or some of these sort of items. I think every day we're looking for creative solutions. We don't have the critical mass to provide some of those really creative, innovative programs that we feel could really benefit our participants. So we take that creativity and we sort of have to channel it through on either one-to-one or small group services, but really looking at what is going to best meet the needs of those individuals. And you need to do that when you're a smaller organization in a smaller community, is you have to get creative. And one person doesn't do just one job. You're jumping around doing all sorts of things. And so I think that's a really amazing opportunity that we get to be a part of so many different aspects of these individuals' lives.
Mm-hmm.
The city of Nanaimo is a classic West Coast community. It offers natural beauty at every turn and vast recreational potential. It's great for families and offers everything that you would find in a big city, but without all the traffic. We saw a dramatic increase in the privately sponsored refugees, and we have definitely seen a large increase of community involvement, especially with the press that's been around refugees coming to the area. So I think that has really provided the community with an opportunity to work closely beside us. We've had people who come in and take a family under their wing. We do a lot of family matching, which is really wonderful. So we're able to put together a family who has a very similar dynamic to a Canadian family and match those two so that they're able to sort of find a community together. I do think that having a smaller community, you do get a lot more involvement. The one downfall with that is that a lot of the newcomers don't always have the strong ethnic community to attach to. Parents find that their children are very quickly Canadianized, where the parents are not wanting those children to lose sight of where they came from as well. So it's finding a balance for the parents. We hold a lot of parenting workshops, info sessions, open communication, conversation groups, and we allow that conversation to happen freely and allow a lot of the newcomers to come and ask questions. And we bring people in from the community to have workshops and talks to give the parents a bit more of an idea of how the school system works. There are many challenges facing newcomers when they arrive to a new country. The main areas that they struggle with are probably securing employment. A lot of them come and they want to work right away, and those opportunities aren't always there for them. And obviously there's language barriers as well. We try really hard to work with them through our in-house language classes. As they move through the language program, they seamlessly transition to our employment program, which provides them with a good foundation for growth and provides them with a bit more information about working in Canada and what those expectations are.
I think IMSS, I started alone. Now we have more than 20 people working for that. All these programs, we have a staff from many nationalities. They can speak their language. They share their cultural values. So then now the Syrians are coming. We have 2 people hired. They are Syrian and they speak the language. And then the newcomers, when they come, they look at them and they feel right away at home that somebody definitely will understand us. We are still getting all the time immigrants from all over the world, and also we are getting refugees, a good number of size. Living is cheaper than bigger cities, and job opportunities are very reasonable. Since we have the university in our city, it has improved the population. More educated people and highly qualified professionals, they came over here. It has changed the scene of the city. And I always feel happy to receive refugees in our community because the community is very supportive. They work with me, and so I feel that if the refugees will be coming, they won't feel isolated and also not lonely. They will be welcomed by Prince George community, and our society helps them a lot. One thing is when the newcomer comes, sometime if they don't have any relatives or friends in Prince George, when they come to our society, then we introduce them to other immigrants from their culture, from their country, and then they feel that they are being helped in a right way. The social interaction is much easier. I think that because I am here more than 42 years in Canada, and a majority of the time I spent 1 year in Toronto, 1 year in Vancouver, but I felt more comfortable and at home in Prince George. It feels like I feel that as if I was born here. It's not the beauty of the building, it's the city is with the beauty with the people.